Oh, excuse me.
Golly gosh! One who flaunts the highways and byways of silly old Sicile with the easy elegance of a puss with her tail in the air. I do declare such a sight is rather rare around here. But where are my manners? I'm the mayor's cat, don't you know? Born and raised on velvets and viands of most exquisite varieties. Maxine rhymes with queen, but of course, darling. Oh, this quaint little town is a tad too parochial for one of my more urbane tastes. Heavens forbid! No,
Pick that lock. Oh, that's why I can't pick that lock. Okay, well, we're not getting in through that door. Another door? If there is. That doesn't hurt to look. Maybe if I just sniff something out from the library. I get stuff for the dog to sniff.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Rack. What mayhem. The knight in see-through armor.
The lesser
Princess
key
Buttercup with the blushing bottom.
What nonsense.
Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
Most promising. The lesser key of Salacandras. What nonsense. The Encyclopedia Demonium. I know it by heart.
Volume 1, Volume 2. But where has the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books spread little legs in the night.
The lesser key of Salacandras. What nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Cache de Nord. The brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Celeron will have to pay yet another fine.
I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising.
Place this book
Demonology
here.
for
A volume of
dumbbells.
poetry or novels.
I need something more advanced.
Mayhem.
The Encyclopedia Demonium. I know it by heart.
Hello again, adventurer. I hope you wipe those muddy boots on you. Me? I live alone here in town. Oh, it's always been something for my part. That band of...
The Encyclopedia Demonium. I know.
see if we can't break an Esmeralda.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
It's practically next door. That'll work. Where's the house? I need to for sure. Anyway, so let's start here. How's it going? The lost level 1 a minute ago.
Those on hand anyhow? Sentimental reasons?
Right here.
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
Okay. That should be enough. Okay, check out. Anything of interest on the desk. Ah.
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
Why would she need a plague grenade? Okay, so now we should be able to get in that door. And in some ways, I could completely skip this whole thing. Okay, so let's complete paper, bucket. Don't want
A book about setting up the perfect crime.
Just doing my duty for the Legion.
Well, you certainly are my hero, the rock upon which I may rest my weary soul in these trying and troubled
pigs?
times.
Yeah, okay, not
Never
suspicious
fear,
at all,
As long as
Esmeralda.
I'm around, no hair on your head will pinch.
Package. What did I do? What? Move anything. those packages are very good. Night, daughter of mine. Let's see what is down here. It's auto saving. That's goodness. Using arrows. I found a needle in a haystack, guys. Identified fever, armor, mushroom. That's all interesting. I'm going to move this over there. That's where I really want to go. There.
Ah, so that's what that did. A bloody dagger. Could this have been involved in the crime?
It certainly piques one's interest, doesn't it?
Ladders. Sea Soul. And Esmeralda. Oh, the healer lady. That's who I thought. We'll talk to her next.
Incoming message.
What's the tavern? Morgue. Whistles. Cook. Headquarters. Oh, there is a healer. I think maybe here. Maybe two. Straight down. Be facing this way.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies I've ever seen. Honestly, and they quiver in their mouldy boots. Anybody? Neither of you cares to plead for his very existence?
Talk to the wandering old man.
But if one were to reduce the quantity of skull dust by a percentage...
Oh, a source hunter. Imagine that. Quite a bit more petite than the last of your kind I encountered, aren't you? Yes, by nearly 20 centimeters of tibia, as my memory serves.
So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case.
No matter. Even if it couldn't spare its heartier specimen, I'm sure the Order sent the individual... Me? Why, I'm more than a little surprised you haven't heard of me. Perhaps I can jog your memory. It was I who cured the Duchess of Arata of her unslakable thirst. A simple pinch of Atropa belladonna in her morning tea. I who discovered that aging itself can be halted by a single application of Cicuta Douglasii on the tongue. Not to mention that it's been my guidance that has permitted my apprentice Evelyn to make quite a name for herself around Sicile of late. Yes. If that's how we're referring to the secretive use of a revolutionary healing method she refuses to share with her own master. She's in the other room as we speak. Perhaps you can prevail upon her to offer a demonstration. She's gotten hold of a stone, supposedly capable of fantastic feats of healing, but she won't let me take the briefest look at it. But she claims to have gotten the relic from a little northern town, Silverglen by name, and that an abbot there blessed it with the power to heal. Utter rubbish, I say. But with these blasted undead haunting the travel routes, I can hardly march up to Silverglen to learn the truth myself. Well, she certainly possesses a critical eye and an exacting manner when it comes to making difficult medical decisions. I expect she'll be a very successful healer in her own right when the time comes. She is learning from the best, after all. Certainly, what would you like to know? The Councillor, terrible loss that. Though we were hard from what I can tell, it seems to be a simple case of jealousy turned violent. The affairs of his wife, Esmeralda, were hardly a secret. I've applied myself to that problem for 2 years and still haven't come a step closer to solving it. I declare it an act of the Almighty's, if I believed in such things. Some events, Source Hunter, can be neither controlled nor understood by mere men.
Healing stone. Interesting indeed.
Nothing sets me on edge like inexplicable magic.
Excuse me? This is a private sick room. Who in the name of the... Oh, I'm sorry. It's this tar... I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. Healing.
But this decision feels like precisely the... I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the best method to... What would you like to know? One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. A young man, but excellent in matters of business. Thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him. Nearly dead. Quite the venerable staple of Seal, Stephen, and recently blessed with his 3rd grandchild. He was leading a crew of builders when nearly everyone in Seal is familiar with grinning Stephen. And, as you can imagine, he's quite dear. You are?
There's no way Boris should receive that stone over Stephen. Think of Stephen's wife, his children, his grandchildren. Imagine the joy on his wife's face, his children's faces when Stephen returns to them. Isn't that a scene you'd like to see?
Why do you have to argue with me at every turn, Corin? Every turn.
No, we'll do as I...
Boris it is? Yes. I'll
Thank
No,
this.
no! This is highly abnormal. What is this? This lightning!
I feel no pleasure in bidding you farewell, friend.
Thank you. Thank you eternally for your help. Though your reaction to that strange reaction you caused. Blue lightning from a healing stone. I've never seen anything like it. And the stone looks different now, too. Like it's devoid of luck. Is that so? Well, I handled the corpse myself, indeed. But I hardly knew the man in life. I was shocked when Ahu asked me to come to the crime scene, but Theliron had taken ill, and the responsibility fell to me. I arrived at the inn, where the body lay just where it had fallen. The injuries were like nothing I'd ever seen. A single intricate laceration wove like lace around every inch of his skin. Neither a beginning nor an ending point were discernible. I examined the corpse and recorded what information I could.
Both of us.
I personally delivered the corpse the short distance to the mortician's house. As far as I know, everything was, as far as a magical murder is concerned, quite normal. I've been studying under Theliron for... I've a passion for this work, you see.
I did to deserve this, but I'm beyond grateful.
The tone, soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far.
I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'm beyond.
Striking it rich!
Speaking of awesome. Okay, so let's go investigate further. We can talk to...
To what do I owe the repeated pleasure, Source Hunter? The world belongs to the young, they say, and Boris will live to take his piece. Well, she's certain. I expect she'll be a very successful healer.
Go around. We need to see her. It'll be easy with all these freaking posts and things in my way.
It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, it is said to have known Sigurd himself, that the king had a great thirst for colour. So I, the did he crave creamy blues and gory reds?
Open the gate. Not move the water off.
Ma! If you think black sheep are weird, try weird sheep.
Original spare key. Huh. Interesting.
Moo! Don't disturb Master Theliron now. He's been so busy with his
Okay, so there's not an outer door.
I get milk.
She does not like everyone. Really cool. Should pick this up. There's something interesting there. And it's not gonna let me because I lost the fight with Paul. Okay, well, what does the tombstone say? Can I read it? No. Okay, so she's in there.
A tone soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far.
I'd probably be a little upset to find out that I'm reading her wrong. Key?
No, I can test somewhere.
Armor?
How to ruin this particular batch of party elixir.
Gold?
Too much wormwood.
Hello.
Hello there. Wait for her to leave that room before I can sneak out. There's a bush in a house. That's very practical. Okay, so let's go out.
Tone soothing a
Okay, now we need to talk to Arius, or Arius, whatever the frick his name is. I'm gonna go talk to this.
How is this game? I see it's on sale.
I am really enjoying this game. It's very much like a throwback to the older turn-based fighting Dungeons and Dragons games. You start off just investigating a murder, and then you find out that time itself is being eaten by some kind of void dragon. I have really been enjoying it. Me and my husband have been playing it, just the two of us. If you have a PlayStation Plus account, you can play with up to 4 people online. I've got kids, my money ends up going to them, so I don't have a PlayStation Plus account. If you don't play it online, you can get up to 3 NPCs to work with your main character.
Greetings! These stalls are for our Legion troops. Rivellon's finest work up mighty fine appetite serving the seven.
Come on now, I pulled her off
Nice.
you before she could do any real damage.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Right now, I'm still investigating the murder, but I have done some of the fights, and the fights are actually pretty well laid out.
You
They're
again.
hard,
Do
and if
feel
you're
free to
not
depart
prepared, you
from
will
sightseeing at
definitely
your
get your
earliest convenience.
butt handed to you. But if you play them right, you can definitely get ahead
still
and
not
do well in this
finished
game.
with that sorry matter?
No, I am not done investigating this matter.
Well,
I
have
haven't
you found
the
any
murderer yet.
incriminating evidence against her? If so, you found a blooded knife in Esmeralda's cellar. Guess you can scratch the top candidate
As
off
long
your
as
list
it's
of
worth the
cliched
money.
clues, then.
I may get
Not
it.
exactly enough to arrest her
We
for,
paid
is it?
for it full price at $60, and it's been a load of fun.
How to plan
We still
the
haven't finished the
perfect
game, and I
murder.
just recently started over so I could do, like, this is kind of the
Really?
storyline of the game.
She might as well
on
wear
my
a
YouTube
dress with the
channel.
words "I killed Jake and I liked it" embroidered on it. But that it was stolen. Gods, what a fool that Roberts is. Taking a bribe in beleaguered old Sicil. He has a lot to answer for, but not as much. You suspect the mayor? Dear me, Evelyn, Master Theriron's apprentice. Nice lass, huh? Brewed me a potion once that cured me of a rat. You dare stand here and accuse me of involvement in this sordid affair? You dare accuse a captain of the Legion? Get out! Out! Before I have my men erect a gallows and string up a sauce pinata!
So angry. He needs to get laid or something. So angry.
Yeah, it's 1199 on PlayStation Store, so gone by to try it.
Oh yeah, for $20, I would highly recommend this. All those evidence chests are complete.
That guy is pissed, lol.
Yeah, well, first time you meet him, he's angry. He's got a stick up his butt for
How
days.
can I help you, my friend? By all means. Of course. I hope your investigation fares well. His body is gone? It seems too improbable to be true, but never. I myself have none. Even now, it may well be established that she is in fact the guilty party. I'm not claiming that I'm certain she's innocent, but let's just...
Okay. Oh, doesn't have anything new for me. This murder case is driving me nuts. You want to get an idea of what the fights are like? My first couple of videos do show fights just to basically get you used to the idea of how
Well,
the
I'm
fights
gonna watch you guys play.
Oh, I didn't catch all of what you typed, but give me just a second. I have the second screen up on my phone, so I should. You'll see your comments there. But this is very much for $20. I would
Source
say go ahead
hunter
and
or
get the
no,
game.
not a single non-legionnaire is permitted into the treasure room. Pocket.
I don't want any of your treasure room. I want to try to
Quiet! No talking to these scoundrels. Criminal.
All these people are so angry. Of course, I understand they have a right to be angry, but I'm not the one that brought the living
I'm
skull.
going to watch you play for a bit.
Okay. I would definitely recommend watching the first two videos to get an idea of how the fights work out, too.
Recruits!
Okay.
Back for
Let me
slopping
check
and sightseeing and
log.
stew. Again!
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
I guess I'm going to talk to Esmeralda and piss her off some more. That's always fun.
Okay, you'll watch them.
Cool.
The cretin's question crossed her lips.
Well, hello there!
Thank the seven, we've secured the perimeter.
I subscribe to your channel.
Oh, thank you. I usually don't ask people to like and subscribe. I feel like if people think my videos are good enough,
So tell me,
they'll do it,
Septimus, would the
whether
hunter
I ask them to
returns?
or not.
I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth. Listen, if you're going to accuse me of something, you would better find... Perhaps it is you who should explain your presence in my cellar. And the dagger? It's simply a butcher knife used by my late husband to cut meat. He did so love to cook, the dear. What'll you think of next? Accusing me of bashing him over the head with a frying pan? Oh, that horrid tome of ill repute. It isn't mine, it was Jake's. He was a politician, don't you see?
That's
always
the
on the
best
lookout
approach.
for plotting rivals. Always trying to be one step ahead. Really, I should have thought a source hunter of all people would appreciate my dear husband's sense for survival. Starstone? Do you mean to imply he collected...
Okay, so that appears as a log. Oh, we have spare key from Reginald that belongs to some abandoned house somewhere. Check my map. See this house. Be out here somewhere. Quite a few houses that I have not quite tapped in yet. I'm going to go yonder. Let's see if anything happens here. Oh yeah, that wall. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on the second Divinity, but I haven't finished the first one yet. Me and my husband were playing this together a lot, and then we moved and we kind of forgot about the game. And so we're having to start completely over because we cannot remember what we were doing.
Let's keep it that way.
Can you spare a coin?
I spared you a coin, dude. What do you want? Okay, this is the guy who burnt his house down, so there's not really any need for me to check that house out. Okay.
A good day to you.
Go down here.
That's awesome, you two playing together.
Yeah, well, we've always enjoyed playing video games together, but since a lot of games have gone to online, it's really hard for us to play games together because we only have the one PS4. And anything on the PS4, we can't play together when it's on the PS3. Reginald's house. Let's see if there's anything of interest here. We have an apple. Don't really need butter knife. Don't need any of that. Let's move this and see if there's anything under it. Oh look, a hatch. Let's see what's under here. We have a cellar with a corpse in it. That's lovely. Let's see what we got here. Big arrows.
Looks like a good old school couch co-op game.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Nothing really clear. Let's see what's in here.
Treasure!
And this is, in some ways, it reminds me of the Elder Scrolls games. It has a lot of books in it, so Since I found a book of real interest here, I do need to sort these. My inventory is a mess. I still have a chest. Can we open it?
I have 2 PlayStation 4 now since Christmas.
Oh, that's cool. We only have one, and it shares the monitor with my husband's computer, so when he's home, I'm not broadcasting online because I just can't do it and him be on the computer at the same time.
My girlfriend plays Sims 4 on the other.
Ah, I haven't played Sims since like Sims 2. Okay, read that. Read that. Ooh, new recipe for a custom-made bow. That's always nice.
Lol.
Yeah, I think that was like on the PS2. You get through all these books. Yeah, I'm just looking through these really fast. Hope nobody's trying to actually read these books while I'm playing.
Well, she loved all the Telltale series games.
I haven't played very many of those. I did play the free, like, first chapter of Back to the Future, which was kind of fun. My kids enjoyed it a lot, but it didn't hold enough interest for me to buy more.
So she have them all.
Got lots of keys now.
Oh, okay.
Can you believe this? The man jumped off a cliff at the behest of some statues of all things.
Yeah, should not listen.
Rivellon is no stranger to the supernatural. He might well have flown into the sunset and looked down at us cynics laughing.
Okay, so
It's locked.
I have a key. I have a key for one of these books. So lock bubble of 5. What is this one? Lock bubble of 4. I'm not high enough to take those yet. I could have sworn I had a key to her house. What am I doing? I need inventory. There's all these freaking keys. Esmeralda's house. Okay, I don't have a key to Evelyn's house.
You have fun, have to go, but best of luck.
Thanks. I hope you have a great day too. Or evening, whatever the case may be. Nobody around here to let's just head to the door.
I will check them other 2 videos out as well.
Yeah, I've got like 4 videos. It's the first 2 show you how the fights handle in the game. So parts 1 and 2. door is not going to open. Okay, so what does that leave me?
Okay, thank you, bye.
Talk to service. Another way. That's what it is. The way this city is laid out is so very frustrating.
Sightseeing isn't so bad on a quiet day like this, is it?
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have. I am the Duke of Ferrol. Yes, she and I have a history. That's as easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or Jake and Esmeralda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was little passion left between them. Certainly not enough to fuel a murder. It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Counselor and I were anything near allies, but... Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to It's very tragic news. Yes, as easy as it would be to pin Jake and Esmeralda. I am the Duke of...
Okay, so
I am a magnet. The moment I hit, so I was. Not that I have it bad here. Maxine, she likes me. By all means. People make a fuss about them, but... Oh, don't...
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, I'll tell you. It sure does me good to set eyes on another of our... Heavens, haunt! See, I'm here. There's been an attack. What they wanted. I came south seeking the Legion. You wouldn't. Medara's by the skin. I managed to rent... Well, comrade, I need a I've been scouting Sicil for some time. Well, you know the...
Likes of which I doubt you could even fathom.
Another source hunter on the team will make us all the more...
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of every...
Character crazy. Okay. So, I am kind of stuck on this mission now. Oh, look.
It's official. The Duke of Ferrol is the worst poet in Rivellon.
In his defense, not much rhymes with murder.
So let's look at this. Oh, wrong thing. Inventory. Always black as birch. Your love is like cholesterol. All my heart, it hurts. That's just... wow. If Counselor Jake were dead. Well, that's kind of... yeah, okay. Now we might actually have something to question him about. What is this? I can craft things now? The question is, do I want to? What, just for laughs? I'm gonna use this.
My gods! What is going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you?
Intimidator is much higher than mine. And she's one.
Go ahead then. No, if you please. This room is private.
Well, that's what happens. You end up teleporting to a lady's bath chambers.
What? Oh, it's you! What news? Maxine? What in heaven's name are you? Oh, you mean the mongrel that's always skulking about the place. I spent months trying to teach that worthless hound how to fetch, and it sat through every lesson looking at me as if I were an idiot. Man's best friend, my eye. I've always been more fond of cats myself.
Maxine's a cat. Yeah, he's obviously senile.
I knew that dark-dealing old man dabbled in source. To the gallows, I say.
Okay, I want to make sure nobody's actively watching me before I can't pick that lock. Only lock level 2. Oh. Okay.
Not the mood for cheese. Their excuse is more holes than the size of this pie.
Oh, fancy.
Ever leave this room, lady? I would like to investigate this room back here. Level 99. Okay, not getting in through there. Fine. I see how it is. Okay. I need to talk to that girl. Her place.
Let us see if you can choose the finest green.
That you haven't been fighting those awful orcs. I can't bear to imagine something would happen to you.
Oh, but don't you worry, lady. We Legionnaires are...
The hunter returns! I hope you are here to shop rather than... So, what piece of... Oh, don't put stock in the hastily scribbled words of a lovelorn fool! This letter, it was a show of passion! A poorly worded passion I did not echo in the least. The Duke, he's like a spoiled child. He's not a man. He's not like Septimus. But all of it is circumstantial. I've a perfectly logical explanation for every piece of so-called evidence against me. And over the last few months, Jake grew distant. Distant and dark somehow. Something in him changed. I can't quite put my finger on it, but he was no longer the gentle man he used to be. In fact, he scared me. It all began the day he met Evelyn, Master Theliron's apprentice. She healed him of what we all believed to be a fatal wound he suffered hunting boars. I think he became obsessed by her. Or obsessed by the secrets I just know she holds. Talk to this woman. There is more to her than meets the eye. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she belongs to that sect. You know, to those who worship a goddess without name and practice rituals of blood. I never liked her from the moment I met her. Men cannot see past her beauty, but I have gazed her in the eye and it was death that leered back at me. She hails from Silverglen, a village in the forest north of Sicil. How she made it past the undead without a Legion escort, I'll never know. Though I can hazard an eerie guess. If anyone killed my Jake, it must be her. She had her claws in him for many long months, and finally she must have cut too deeply.
Okay, so now back to talking to Evelyn. Evelyn's house. Yeah. Well, let me keep this. Down here.
That tone. Soothing. To what do I owe the repeated pleasure, Source Hunter? Far be it from her to tell her master what in the seven's name she's up to. The girl flew from here like she just heard the location of the Philosopher's Stone. She even left her pouch unattended in the next room. She usually keeps it within sight at all times. I'd try her house, for starters. It's not far from here. I'll mark the location on your map.
Okay, so let's go find Evelyn's pouch.
She realized soon enough that her little party tricks hardly make her worthy of such grave responsibilities.
Oh, there's a key to her house. We need that.
She realized soon enough that her little party tricks hardly make her worthy of such grave responsibilities.
Here's Evelyn.
Treasure!
That'll be handy. Curious parchment. Wonderful. Do it. I've already did that, haven't I? Alright, so let's look at some of this stuff. That a reveal spell. Don't know what that does.
So, she's got a lair on the beach, does she?
Perhaps that's where she stashed Jake's body.
like she is hiding there. Okay, so we may have finally gotten a lead in this case.
Halt! These gates are to remain closed. Well, I'll be a little red imp's uncle, the Source Hunter. Sorry for the gruff treatment. I didn't recognize you right away. Please tell me, how can I... You can see security's tighter than ever around here since that surprise attack the Orcs did on a fortnight ago. They did enough damage to shake up Ahu and Cap. We can only hope to hold back. I don't think you're quite ready to head out into the wilds to me. Also, a party of one or... I certainly hope you know what you're doing, Source Hunter.
Look alive, my good man. This gate'll be short work for a well-equipped contingent of orcs.
Before we do that, I do want to go get birds up there. In a looking class, so I can start looking at all this stuff I've picked up along the way. Probably going to sell a good fair amount of it.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Dearest customer, I've never seen an aura so plagued by ether. Thank Astarte, I've just the earth scroll to ground you.
Watch the undead swimmer in their mouldy boots. Eat a big cheese on your rope with a wheel of the good stuff.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
Any takers? Come on, you chicken.
Okay, to identify those. Because I evidently did not buy that skill. Oh, I have to go over to the graveyard. I just remembered something. Big dog.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies Sidefield ever seen.
Where are you, Jake? Are you playing loud?
So many deaths.
That dead sheep smells pretty great. I mean, Esmeralda, Jake has the best. Jake was awesome, and she didn't like Jake, so I'm pretty sure she's the worst thing that ever lived. Let me get a whiff. Oh, take this away. It smells like every rich man in town except Jake. No, there's definitely not a hint of Jake here. Oh, if I could join you, no way. Without my best friend, the most awesome Jake.
Okay. Kind of rolls out this. Sounds like every rich guy but Jake. Okay. Let's go get dirt off her.
Where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and
Warm
run
as
away?
dragon's breath.
Oh, I could do with a cold drink.
You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Ice blue eyes, narrow beneath the her brow knits together. But something in I am Bear Daughter. And you, this woman here. But soon they're soft.
Hey, who's that?
Easy, Tull.
She may have the look. We got reports. I tapped her on...
Bit Tullier.
Enjoy it while you can.
Well, that's a mighty big if. We can't have one of our team.
Can't say I'm surprised.
If I've got my say. Say, Source Hunter. Do you reckon the vendor's got She may have the look. We got report. I tapped her on...
Bit Tullier, right?
Enjoy it while you can, Vert.
Well, that's
a mighty big if.
Can't say I'm surprised.
If I've got my...
He's not gonna let me take their daughter. Seriously.
You think that's funny, Private?
Let me...
Sir,
oh my gosh.
You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? Say, Source Hunter, do you reckon the vendor's got any rather large, burlap sacks lying about? And where's the nearest river edge? She may have the... I tapped her on...
Bit Tullier.
Enjoy it while you can.
Well, that's
a mighty big if. We can't have one of our team.
Can't say I'm surprised.
If I've got my...
Okay. Okay. Back to the market.
Potent heat.
Here somewhere?
Get it while it's fresh. This batch is only hours from the sea.
Okay.
Oh no, noble friend. Your upper chakras are in desperate need of a good scrubbing. Fortunately for you, my homebrewed tinctures will do the job. Or if you're in the mood for something a bit more electrifying, one of my air scrolls might give your system just the shock it needs.
Okay. Yes, identified with this list.
Tomatoes.
Let's take this. Pop it on the ground. Okay. Take the shit that's in it. Thank you. Okay. Where is it? I like how that works. I don't want to put on Skelly Pinky.
Tomatoes.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew and spice 'em, stir and churn.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew and spice 'em, stir and churn.
No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew and spice 'em, stir and churn.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Lonesome? Spiritless? Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
Okay, we'll give you those. You can have a fill in there. $44 to $56.
Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Okay.
Loans.
So awesome. Thank you for stuff.
Made a big cheese on your book with a wheel of the good stuff.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Ah, gracious patron, I see your tired eyes looking a bit teary. I've just the potion for that. Or would you prefer a toasty fire spell to dry those vapors?
Join the Spud Club if you got an eye for farm potatoes.
Any takers? Come on, you chickens.
Oh no, noble friend. Your upper chakras are in desperate need of a good scrubbing. Fortunately for you, my homebrewed tinctures will do the job. Or if you're in the mood for something a bit more electrifying, one of my air scrolls might give your system just the shock it needs.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses. Not in the mood for cheese. Their excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine corn bread.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Any takers? Come on, you chickens.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies Sicil's ever seen.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
No better solution to the zombie problem than set silver arrows.
Ran her out of money. Let's find someone else who just sell it to.
Sauce hunters, eh? All right, proper, we're fine again. If you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry her up now before she gets that louse. Did he even bother grilling a single...
Ah, hello, proportionate one. Oh, I can see from the symmetry in your face that you are a great fan of the fine arts, no?
Made a big cheese on your book with a wheel of the good stuff.
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish, yours for a scrap of gold.
I'm a painter. I travel...
go grab us other. I will be right back. I'm easy.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Fresh haddock, perfect for a fryer. Get it while it's fresh. This batch is only hours from the sea. Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish, yours for a scrap of gold each.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
Okay.
Get it while it's fresh. This batch is
We will
only
just later
hours
on
from the
and
sea.
get more fish. Okay. Get down to the northern coast.
Slimy, reeking, rotting sea garbage.
Wait. Is it? Northwest. This is the wrong coast.
As good as a new penny.
I've spotted something interesting.
I thought.
Taken before his time. Far.
Probably go up in here.
Incoming message.
So go back in and go around. The way this map is done is just so frustrating.
Incoming message.
can't even smell the sea air over this rock.
There's this really cool, strange cave. A secret lair. But I do need to go to the beach, I guess.
Slimy, reeking, rotting seagull.
Death.
The Sicilians retreated from this battle, but what about the orcs?
Either they've taken to the sea or set up an encampment in yonder caves. Keep your weapon at the ready. I needed that. Back on my feet again.
I've spotted something.
Away with your weapons! I don't want to fight. I ain't after no fancy stone. I just want to bury these bodies the traditional way. It's the least I could do for my dear brother Oggy. Oh, it was in our village. Oh, poor Oggy will never see her again. There weren't so many spoiled after the battle, but I managed to give old Oggy the best.
Agreed. Robbing the dead is bad enough. But to do it while a mourner looks on is simply...
Don't think I didn't see that twinkle in your eye when I... Don't play dumb with me, small bones. You know as well as I that your little city in our own town with...
To accidentally disturb any graves.
Made a promise to an orc after.
That pathetic heap of source-addled frogskin thought it could fool us, did it? Old Medora knows for certain that orc would have loved nothing better than to axe you in the back while he cried on your shoulder. Well, I didn't mean to imply that compassion is an unequivocally bad thing, you know. I've yet to meet an orc who'd earned a soft hand. Though I suppose old Medora'd be perhaps overly dismissive to imagine that one could never exist.
Hey! Stop that! Well, it's no bone off my nose, Chasm, in any case. Have a look through my wares if you'd like to find something already wiped clean of orc ooze. My prices won't disappoint.
Oh, so she's like all of these orcs.
Oh, Charla is my name, good friend. I came to this second life some time. In any case, has been time. So many wonderful artifacts. Have a look by all means. You look like just the sort of self-starter to appreciate what I mean. Weapons, 4 of them, that the intrepid adventurer can improve and upgrade as he travels if he finds the right pieces. See them? See them? then, good friend. Goodbye. Yes, good friend. I'm quite busy finding for the moment, but if there's something you'd like to buy, I could set all that aside for a few delicious moments. Goodbye then, good friend. Goodbye.
Now we get to go fight some orcs.
Well, what's this I've spotted?
Hypocrites, liars,
Well, that did it, didn't it? I'm not actually close to down there. Let's get her up here. Not enough extra points. Put you up here. Yeah, I should probably feel guilty. Excellent. I think I'm going to save. And that is the end of this broadcast. Tomorrow we'll go fight some orcs.